Alright guys, what's up? Today I'll be taking you through some terms you need to know as a forex trader. Alright, so follow me. But before we get started, I urge you to like and subscribe to my channel so you can get updated whenever I drop an important video. Alright, number one here is the arbitrage. Okay, some of these terms needs to be explained, while some of them are just basic things you can understand. Okay, for example now, arbitrage is just like to arbitrage on something. Okay, let's say I have two markets where I can buy and sell a particular asset. Okay, let's say I bought an asset for 50 naira. I can buy an asset for 50 naira at market A, then at market B, I can sell that asset for 55 naira. So if I want to arbitrage on that, I'll just buy with 50 naira from market A, then sell to market B at 55 naira. From that transaction alone, I've made 5 naira. So that's what arbitrage simply means. You take advantage of differences in price of different markets or different vendors. Okay, number two, we go to cost averaging. Okay, cost averaging is just like averaging the total price at which you bought a good. Okay, let's say I want to buy an asset. I want to spend $140 on an asset. So, me wanting to spend $140 on that asset, um, I decide to buy the asset bit by bit. I don't want to buy it at once, so I just want to buy it little by little. So initially the price of the asset is at 20 naira. So I bought quarter for 20 naira. Then I waited until the price went to 30 naira. I bought another quarter for 30 naira. I waited for the price to move to 40 naira. I bought another quarter and I waited for the price to move to 50 naira. I bought another quarter for 50 naira. Good. So sorry. I bought another quarter for 50 naira. Now, how much have I spent altogether on this buying and selling? Altogether, I have spent 20 plus 30 plus 40 plus 50. 20 plus 30 is 50 plus 40 90 plus 50 140 naira. So meaning totally I have spent 140 naira. Now for me to get the average price at which I bought these goods, I have to divide it by what? 4. Simply calculating average, right? So 440 divided by 4, what do we get? We should get 35 naira. So meaning on an average, I bought these goods at 35 naira. Now for me to check how much I made on this transaction alone, that's how I will now check. Okay, so let's say I bought the goods for 35 naira and the price increased to what? 140 140 naira. Now how much is the price difference? 35 minus 140, it means that I'm making 105 naira on this trade alone. So that's how much I've made. Had it been I had bought everything at 20 naira, I'll be making 120. And had it been I bought everything at 50 naira, I'll be making how much? 90 naira. But now because I'm averaging the cost. I don't want to put all my money at once. I'm putting it little by little. That's why on an average it is higher than the lowest price I bought it, and it is still lesser than the highest price I bought it. So this method is to help you reduce losses. So if you don't want to take too much losses on a trade, you can employ this method. Now, okay, so let's go to the next one, bull market. When we talk about bull, the ma- the trading community is represented by two sets of people or two sets of character. Number one is bull and the bear. The bull is a character that relates with increasing price and increasing market, while the bear relates with falling price. So when we say bull market, it means increasing market. When we say bear market, it means falling market. When we say this person is a bull, meaning he wants price to increase. When we say this person is a bear, meaning that person wants price to reduce. When we say I'm feeling bullish, it means that I'm feeling that the market will go up. If I'm feeling bearish, it means I'm feeling the market will come down. Now let's move to number 5, broker. So the broker is the firm that gives you access to forex trading. Normally, this forex trading is to be done by world banks, by large institutions. But because we want to participate in forex, we need to pass through a broker. So the broker gives us access. We, the small traders, the retail traders, the broker gives us access to forex trading. Now, number 6, bid price. When they say bid price is the price at which a buyer wants to buy an asset. If I want to buy, um, let me say, a smartphone, I can go to the seller. How much do you want to sell this price? The seller will tell me their own price, but the price at which I'm willing to buy. Let's say the seller wants to sell it for 100k, and I, as a buyer, I'm willing to buy it for 90k. My bid price is what? 90k. Now that seller that is willing to sell it for 100k, that seller's price is called the ask price. That's why we have the bid price and the ask price, 6 and 7. So the seller's price is the ask price, while my price is the bid price. Now, for our transaction to be met, my bid price and the ask price needs to be the same. So if I want to buy it at 90k, the seller wants to sell it at 100k, we can never have a transaction. But let's say we consider each other, then I decide to put my bid price as 95k, the seller decides to put his own ask price at 95k also. It means that we have agreed on a price. So my bid price has met with his own ask price, then we can transact. I can give him the money and I can get my phone. So that's how transactions take place in the market. Now, scalping. When we talk about scalping, it has to do with a trade that does not even take time for the trade to finish. Let's say you enter a trade now, then sharp in the next 3 hours, 4 hours, you are out of the trade, you have taken profit. That's what scalping is. Okay, day trading. Day trading has to do with a trade that is longer than scalping. Day trading could take days, it could take a whole day, it could take like more days. So there are people give different names to the depending on the duration. But I as a trader personally, I love to stick to just 3, which is the scalping, which is the quick job, sharp. The day trading can be one day, it can be more than one day according to my definition. Some people will call that intraday, but I don't like to confuse myself, so I'll just say day trading could be one day and it can be more than one day. Then the swing trading has to do with long-term trades. For example, I'm buying something now and I'm willing to um to hold that thing I'm buying until, let's say, 1 year months, like 3 months, 4 months. That's a long period of time. Okay, so that's what swing trading is. Just buy now and keep for a very long time. That's what swing trading means. So leverage. What does leverage means? Leverage simply means the acts for you to amplify the effects of your trade. Leverage helps you to amplify the effects of your trade. Okay, so leveraging in some sense is when you borrow money from your broker to enter a particular trade. So we'll talk more on leverage, but just know that the effect of leverage is to amplify the effect of your trade. Okay, let me use the cryptocurrency market for a clearer example. Let's say I enter a trade. Now the trade gave me a price change in my favor. So that price change is the one that will determine my profits. So let's say the market changed by 2%. So the market changed in my favor by 2%. Now, if I'm entering the trade with $10, that 2% that the market gave me is going to yield how much? It's going to yield $0.2. And you see that's a very small money. So let's say I can now leverage on that trade. If I leverage on that trade to be times 10, you get. So let's say enter a trade with $10. Good. Market gave me an increase of 2%, right? 2%. Now 2% of $10 will be what? 0.2. Now, so how much is my gain? 0.2. So 0.2 is a very small money. Now let's say I can leverage on this trade. So the leverage is what? Let's say 10x. Sorry. Let's say I leverage on this trade and the leverage is what? 10x. So let's say my leverage on this trade is 10x. It means that it will multiply this percentage by 10. If the leverage is 20x, it will multiply it by 10. If it's 30x, it will multiply it by, if it's 20x, it will multiply it by 20. 30x, it will multiply it by 30, depending on how much your broker can give to you. So now let's say I use a leverage of 10x. It means it will multiply um this 2% by 10. So now 2% times 10, it becomes 20%. So instead of me to be making 2% of $10, I'll be making 20% of $10. So I will not be making this amount again. The amount I'll be making is what? 20% of $10 is just $2. And let's say I use a 20 times leverage. I'll be making how much? 20, I'll be making 2 times 20, which is 40%. So 40% of $10 will be $4. That's how leverage work. I hope you understand. Okay, just if you don't understand, you can go over the explanation again. Okay, now technical analysis. When we come to analysis, we have two types of market analysis, two major types of market analysis. The first, technical analysis. The second, fundamental analysis. Technical analysis is just the technical approach of studying price. For example, I'm on a price chart now. So let me show you how technical analysis now look. So now look at this. All these things, they are showing me how market is moving. You see these things you are seeing, all these black and white things. So all these things that you are seeing here, they are to be studied for me to predict a price, the movement of a price. So let me show you a trade I have on Bitcoin, quick one. So what I did, you see, so the trade is still on, but I'm predicting the movement of this price just by studying this action. Now the trade is in favor of me. It has gotten to this level, but now it is even going up. It might even stop me out. So that's technical analysis. Let's go back to the business. So all right, so technical analysis is a technical approach of studying the price, of studying and predicting what price we do in the coming days or week or even minutes or hours. Okay, so fundamental analysis is the social approach. This one basically uses news. So fundamental analysis uses news. It studies the economic factors to predict price. Okay, risk to reward. No, now Forex is a game of risk to reward. If you are willing to risk, then you can get reward. But if you're not willing to risk your money, there's no way you can get reward because you cannot enter a trade without a risk amount. So this risk to reward simply tells us the potentials a trade has. Let's say I'm entering a trade with $5. Sorry, $5. I enter the trade with $5, and if the trade goes according to my prediction, I'll be making I'll be making $15. Now, what is the risk to reward of this trade? I'm risking $5 to get $15. If I change this into something like a ratio, it will be 5/15, right? What's it going to give me? 1/3. Meaning that if I risk 1 naira on this particular trade, how much will I be making? 3 naira. If I risk 10 naira, I'll be making 30 naira. So for everything I risk, this trade will offer me times 3 of it. That's what risk to reward is. Now, um, it depends on the particular strategy you are using as a trader that can determine your target risk to reward. So you can have a risk to reward higher than this, sometimes 1 to 10, sometimes 1 to 20, depending on the strategy you use. Okay, so let's move on. Now, sorry, we have risk management. So risk management is the knowledge or method by which you as a trader employ to manage your risk. Forex is risky. Forex is risky. So as a trader, it's up to you to find methods to manage your risk to keep yourself trading. For example, you have a account of $100. As a sensible trader that obeys risk management, you should not risk more than 3% of your portfolio. If you be risking any amount, you should not get more than 3%. So that by the time you risk 3%, let's say okay, you are having a bad time, you risk 3%. Now you lose, let's say 10 times. By the time you risk 3% on each trade, it means 10 losses. 10 losses will give you how much losing? It will give you 30%. And if you are losing 30% of $100, meaning you are just losing $30, you are left with $70 to still compete with the market. You get so, but if you are a type that you don't even mind risk management, for every trade you are risking, let's say $20. By the time you lose 4 times, you are already finished. Because if you lose $20 the first time, $20 the second time, $20 the third time, $20 the fourth time, the remaining $20 in your account, you'll be looking for a way to revenge from the market. But at that point, you're already finished. There's no way, there's nothing you can do. So you are likely to even lose the rest because your psychology will not be proper. You'll be thinking the opposite. So that's why for you to keep yourself in the market as a trader, you need to employ risk management. All right, so that's all for that. If you have any question, please put it in the comment section. I will attend to it. So I thank you for your time. Please make sure you understand all the things I'm treating here. Whatever you don't understand, you can go back and watch again. All right, so thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so you can benefit from every subsequent video I drop.